Great. Well, thank you and everyone. Welcome. Before we kind of go to our main topic today, just wanted to open the opportunity if anyone has updates on what's happening with the California Jobs First or anything interesting happening around that you want to share with the group. Is uh, Thomas, is there anything happening up in your neck of the woods? I thought that there were some proposals going in.
Yeah, happy to share with this group too. Don't want to repeat too much from last time, but we for sure are continuing to push projects forward. We actually have a finalized draft now of our projects for the working land sector that includes a USDA processing facility exploration feasibility study and implementation servicing of grant for here on the North Coast. Could be something up in Del Norte, which is most likely by the way of who submitted the project, but also exploring options and opportunities with North Coast Growers Association, specifically here in Humboldt, to service more of the larger need. The facility proposed up in Crescent City and in Del Norte would be a Hmong owned and operated facility so that they can process with their traditional needs.
It's great. Do you know what kinds of animals they're considering for that one?
For the Hmong, they want everything, so it wouldn't necessarily be USDA processing, but it would be a processing facility for local slaughter, local purchase.
I was just wondering if they were including poultry in that because I know there weren't any
Yeah,
poultry processors around. So
yeah, yeah. They would. They would. That's what they're aiming for. They want everything to. I mean, again, it wouldn't be USDA, but
mhm.
yeah.
Great. Thank you. Any other updates on interesting happenings for this group that you want to share now? Anyone? Okay. Well then, Kristina, thank you and your crew for joining us today. And I think the slides, the share button is open if you had visuals you wanted to share, but please let us know what's going on with the Star Harvest.
Great. Yeah. Thank you so much. I shared a little bit of our background already, and our story is we're here in Fort Jones. We're third generation farmers. My husband and I, Jason, he's hopefully going to be able to get his microphone here to work in a second so he can speak a little bit too. But we moved back to the Jason's family farm in 2012, and we launched our e-commerce store. And one of the biggest hangups and hurdles that we had was processing, like many other people on the call here. And so we knew many years ago that was going to be one of our biggest challenges, and that we had to kind of acquire our own processing plant to get to where we wanted to be. So we actually made that happen, and we're very excited. Just here at the beginning, actually now we're in July. So this at the beginning of June, we opened StarHarvest, which is in Wairika. And so there are so many exciting benefits from this, and we want to share them with all of you. And so I'm gonna let Jason talk a little bit about it as long as he can join us here. Jason, are you on?
I'm on. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, we can. Go ahead.
All right, good. Good. Well, so thanks everybody. Sorry I didn't get my introduction out. Couldn't find the unmute button. But yeah, thanks everybody for letting us talk a little bit. We're super excited about getting this plant back up and going again. I'm sure some people on the call know the history of this plant, and it's got a ton of capability, and we're planning on utilizing it to the fullest, with our own stuff and the community in a whole. So we opened it up beginning of June. We've been running cattle only this last month. We are relocating some of the pig setup in there, so we're not going to be starting to run pigs until probably September. But our goal is to, be just exclusively at this point in time doing cattle and pork at the facility. It's a full USDA certified facility. We also are organic and regenerative organic certified at the facility. as well as we have now we're going to be certified to be able to do grading too on beef. So it's exciting, not only to be up and running and moving animals through there, but we've got a great crew and facilities amazing. Welcome anybody to come visit at any point in time and check the facility out. But we'd also like to, definitely be able to help the overall community take care of their USDA processing for beef and pork. And we, want to make sure we do a really good job and can offer that service for people who, like us, were struggling to be able to find a place to get mainly organic was our issue, finding a place to get organic done. But sometimes it's just tough to find a local USDA facility if you're doing direct to consumer and other stuff. So yeah, we offer all the, harvesting, cutting, wrapping, value-added products. It's got an amazing value-added part of the building where we'll be doing, all of the jerky and sausage and pretty much anything you could think value-added, we will have the capability of doing in that facility, hams and smoking and bacons, all that good stuff. So we're excited to be able to help anybody out that needs help with processing.
Great. Yeah, you can take a look we have our website listed here and the phone number if for any reason you have any questions. We'll also have our numbers here at the end too if anyone wants to reach out and talk to us specifically. But on the starharvest.co website, the cut sheet's up there so you can take a look at that. And if you have any questions, I'm sure anyone can ask questions at the end as well.
One question before you go on, Kristina. So you say you're have organic certification. Are you taking non-organic animals as well?
Yes.
Or only
Yes, we're doing both. Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah, great question. And so now we wanted to also talk a little bit about our partner producer program that we are also offering for pigs. One of the main reasons that we needed to really have control over processing is because we actually have some very large pork contracts. And because of this, we are starting to offer a partner producer program. And what it is we actually offer to anybody who's already a pig farmer or maybe somebody who is interested in raising pigs. We will give a full entire blueprint of everything from start to finish and be able to give that knowledge. And then at the end of that, we will buy the pigs back from you and put them through into these contracts that we have. So it's kind of a nice win-win situation for people who might be interested in raising some pigs. And so if you are currently raising pigs or you're interested in raising pigs, those are the people who are, looking at who could participate. And one of the requirements will be certified organic and regenerative organic, but we will also help walk through that process with everybody. So the support that you would receive by becoming one of our partner producers is we have a whole entire financial planning resource that's built out for the partner producer. And it shows you an overview of the return on your investment. It shows you information that we will share for financial assistance for the setup and the operation. It breaks down the profit based on the number of sows that you're interested in having. And we'd go through the whole farrowing to finish process. We also will train and support on all of the different things. So the organic, regenerative, organic certified certification, any support that's needed, guidance on those certification requirements and processes. We will connect you with other organic farmers and groups within our partner producers, and then also give you a blueprint for kind of the success and show you it's all laid out. So Jason's going to talk a little bit about the blueprint and then also kind of just share any stories that he has as well on raising pigs and some of the experiences that we've had.
Yeah, it's never a dull moment raising pigs. So, the big part of I got some feedback. Sorry. So I think the big part is, we want to stress that, we're looking for organic pigs. There's, producers out there who are maybe currently producing pigs conventional. We can help them transition to organic. I know there's everybody's got questions on, how much does a pig feed cost? How much is a certified organic inspection? What does it take to get inspected? So we're willing to walk people through that. Kind of the name of this game is to be able to help people go through all the hurdles that are kind of put in front of you to be able to become organic and find all the right resources and find even the funding. And we're willing to help people walk through that process. And the end result would be hopefully that we can get a contract and be able to buy the pigs from the partner producer. So yeah, there's obviously advantages of knowing other people in the industry to help figure out, where to buy the equipment, where to get some financing, where to buy your breed stock, where to are you gonna AI, or are you gonna breed with boars? There's a lot of that logistics, and if you're already in the pig industry and you're interested in doing this, you probably know a lot of that. But if you aren't and you're interested, we want to give people that blueprint and help them out. We have a large demand for organic pork, and we want to be able to spread that love over to additional farmers who want to jump on board with this. And there's obviously the great part about it is we're an open book. I'd be willing to share anybody how we're doing it and how we're able to achieve litter sizes and housing and all that good stuff. So it'd be exciting to get feedback from people on if this is something they're interested in, or if anybody knows anybody that might be interested in being part of our program. We'd definitely love to talk to them.
Great. So here's our information. If anybody wants to reach out to us, we would love to talk to you more. And then also if anybody has any questions.
So I have a question for the folks already raising pigs. How long does the transition process usually take to go from conventional to organic?
So the key is the ground. Usually is the ground that the pig's on, conventional, organic. Has it been sprayed? The pig feed is easy part because you can instantly switch over to pig feed, but then you have to make sure that the animals that you want to certify organic, breed stock, as long as they're in the last trimester of pregnancy and they start on organic feed on organic ground, then those piglets would be considered organic. Your breed stock would never be considered organic, but any piglets that came out of them as soon as they were on organic feed and organic ground would be considered organic. Now, transitioning ground that has been sprayed or might have some other stuff that's done on it, there is a 3-year transition period. My guess is most people who raise pigs don't raise them on a crop ground that would be getting sprayed, or so there's some options for people to be able to even certify certain parts of their ground until the other ones meet the transition period.
So does the regenerative organic include grazing? Is that part of that process then?
Yeah, I mean, as we know that pigs, they love to forage and graze, but you're still going to want to put them on grain feed to get them to weight in a timely manner. So the regenerative part of it is, utilizing the pigs outdoors. We raise all of our pigs outdoors, utilizing them on ground and moving them around. So you're spreading the manure and everything around on your ground, and then you can utilize that ground to either grow crops later or just grow more grass to be able to put the pigs back on it again at a later date. So, rotating the pigs, outdoor huts, all that stuff is stuff that we, will share how we do it and, offer that information to anybody who might be interested.
I have a question. If somebody isn't ready to jump in with breeding and farrowing and whatnot, is there such a thing as buying weaned pigs and raising them to finish? And then what's that cycle look like? And then thirdly, what kind of throughput are you looking for in a partner?
Great question. So that option is available. So, our goal would be is when we really start chugging along here by next year is to be able to offer that to people where, we have, we're growing the sows and we're punching out the pigs. And then we're actually, the program that I see in place there is we would then sell the piglets to the partner producer. They would finish them out and then we would buy them back at a contracted amount. And they would just be responsible for keeping the ground certified organic and putting organic feed through them. And then we would purchase them back. And as far as throughput, we have, the numbers we need are pretty big. So if we have to, we're going to raise them all ourselves. But we probably have the ability to take on another roughly 250 plus sows over multiple partner producers.
Jenny, do you have a question?
And I think mine's kind of in conjunction with that. Is there a minimum amount per partner producer that you would like to see us, and or minimum acreage size? Because I'm fairly small, but interested.
No minimums at all. I've been talking to people that, they're interested in maybe, producing 50 to 100 piglets a year, which, you could do that with just a handful of sows, 5, 10 sows. So it can be done on any scale, and we're willing to work with anybody on any scale. We just basically, I think the idea is we can not only help other people dip their toe into the pig business, and maybe it's a start for somebody. They sell the pigs to us and then they eventually create their own market, and eventually they don't sell any pigs to us anymore. And I'm totally fine with that. But if it helps fill our need in the short term and it helps somebody else dip their toe into the pig industry, right now, as everybody knows, with Prop 12 and stuff, California is not importing much pork, if any. And if you're Prop 12 compliant, which under our organic standards, and it's really easy to be Prop 12 compliant, you can have a lot of additional markets to be able to jump into in the pork side. And obviously being organic, I think, is an added plus too. So yeah, we need a lot of pigs, but we understand the trajectory for, some people getting into it might end up being they do something else with that pork, and we understand as long as we can fulfill whatever contract we agree to.
Jason, I got a quick question. What's the capacity of your facility? And are you going to be, certain groups going to have priority if capacity is an issue?
Yeah, so I think right now, we're not even our projection numbers and stuff, we're not even close to capacity on the plant. I can be honest, at the end of the day, our personal animals are probably going to take priority, but we don't see there being an issue in the near future of having any capacity issues. The plant's capable of doing, pretty big numbers, and we're going to be staffed up to be able to handle that. So I hate to say come one, come all, because I also don't want to turn people away at some point, but we do want consistent, reliable producers to kind of keep coming in the door, and we want to take care of them. Will there be a point where we say, we're not going to take the onesie, twosie, couple head here, couple head there people? I mean, there's probably going to be that point. And we're going to streamline to the people that are more consistent. Obviously we're going to definitely want to be catering a lot to people on the organic regenerative side. Not that we're not willing to take conventional animals too, but we definitely want to create that hub for people to be able to get their organic done.
Great, thank you.
AJ, you have your hand up?
I do. Jason and Kristina, just a quick question. I know that transportation could be an issue, but as far as trying to find partner producers, is it just Siskiyou County that you guys are looking for? Or would you be open to bordering counties?
Yeah, we're open to bordering counties. We've been talking to people in Modoc. We've been talking to people in Southern Oregon. I think logistics wise, probably you get over like a 4 or 5 hour radius from the plant, it might get a little difficult, still doable, but I think that it'd be ideal to keep it within that radius so that transportation for animals isn't a hassle.
For sure.
Has there been talk, and maybe you're not there yet, of any kind of transportation pooling from any of the smaller producers, or is that not really on the table at this point?
Yeah, we haven't gotten there, but we'd definitely love to have that conversation. If we had some interested parties that were in a certain area and we could pool transportation, I think that would be a win-win for everybody.
In the efforts of pooling transportation, for both Kristina and Jason, know that as far as North Coast Growers Association is concerned, we're trying to analyze those needs so that we can have kind of a calendaring, and that might be something that would be really great for our end to share with you, so it gives some expectation when we have that survey somewhat complete.
That's great. Love that.
So right now, are you kind of half and half beef and pork? Or what is your balance, and do you expect it to kind of go towards more pork as you grow that business?
We're probably always going to stay about, as far as our projections right now, we're probably going to be 50-50 for a while. The pork doesn't really start getting hot and heavy until this winter and next spring. But we probably, as we ramp up the pork, it's going to take a decent share of capacity at the plant, but we still have, I would say we're not going to be going over that 50-50. We're always going to have that 50% probably associated for beef as well.
Any other questions? I see a few bubbles popping.
Yeah, I had a question on how big you want the market hogs and what kind of price do they bring for organic?
Yeah, so we're looking for pigs in the 280 to 300 range. 290 would be ideal, but I understand that to get a truckload together and get a group together, sometimes depending on the size of the herd, you might end up having a little bit of a range, but that's roughly the range we're shooting for. Our numbers, they vary depending on the situation, but roughly to give you a rough number, we're looking at about 310 hanging weight, $3.10. There is some possibility of doing more, but it depends on how many we'd be getting and timelines and some other stuff.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, I'm so sorry. I have another question. and you probably have already answered this for us, but how many, let's see, this could be a silly question. How many acres per pig, for example, would you need or want to get started?
Yeah, so I mean, I think that really just depends on how many animals you're looking to do. Stocking rates, density rates, are critical for organic. They don't want you to put too many animals on a certain size piece of property. So I think it would all reflect on the property and the demographics and, how much capacity you had to do. But I mean, I think it could work for any size. I mean, you could raise a lot of pigs on 10 acres is, I guess, what I'm trying to kind of allude to. But, obviously the more space, the better. It's nice to be able to have options to move them around into different spots. But, somebody could raise a couple pigs in, a 1 acre lot too, I'm sure. So, I think it just depends on what comfort level somebody has. If you have some storage for some grain and you have maybe a barn to put them in if the weather's bad. I mean, there's certain options that can help in somebody determining how many pigs will work on their piece of property. And I'd be willing to help walk anybody through that pretty easy.
Okay, awesome.
So are you looking to have kind of a constant year-round production cycle? So kind of distributed across the year? Is that your goal?
Yes. We would, obviously sometimes some people like raising pigs in certain times of the year but we would like a pretty consistent flow of animals through the plant, not only for us on our logistics wise, but also just for throughput in the plant. We like a consistency. So, if somebody's looking to do it, we would like some sort of a consistent, I'm going to have X amount of pigs every so often type of a thing. But, that doesn't mean we're going to have ebbs and flows as we're building this structure. I understand, and I know the pig game well enough. I've been doing it long enough that, sometimes you have great farrowings and sometimes you don't, depending on the time of year and other stuff. So we understand there's going to be hiccups. But if we can keep a consistent flow, it would sure be helpful on our logistics side.
Great.
And there was a question that popped up about aging. We do have the capability of aging beef at the plant.
Do you have trucks you send out or for the people that are having their animals done, are you expecting them to do all of the transportation out of the plant?
Yeah, so I think right now, just shooting from the hip, we would expect somebody to be able to deliver the pigs to the plant. But that's also something that could be negotiated depending on how many animals and like we talked before, if there's pooling options and we can pick up from a few different locations and save some of the shipping costs. But depending on proximity, obviously we would just figure the pigs delivered to the plant in Wairika.
Yeah, I was actually thinking more on the beef folks. Like, do you have reefer trucks going down to Sacramento or something for, any of those options for the animals after
Yeah.
exist?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of the cool thing is the location and being on the I-5 corridor. It's pretty easy to find transportation for meat up and down I-5. It gets a little bit more sticky getting over to the coast and stuff, but I think there's even people on this call that know that logistic very well.
Awesome. Any other questions? This has been super interesting and helpful.
And we're happy to answer questions via phone or text or email too if somebody thinks of something as soon as they get off, I'm sure.
So you're going to start doing pigs out at Bobcat Ranch, folks?
We can start with one.
I know, right? That's got my wheels turning. Although I am quite far away from you guys, but still got my wheels turning.
There might be some other opportunities too, Kristina. I'm going to follow up with you anyway, but I think some of the members of our team would like to come check out the plant and tour and just kind of get more information, more in depth on the program so we can help promote that.
Great. Yeah, that would be awesome.
I also work for Siskiyou Economic Development, so everybody knows.
Kristina and Jason, you just put your numbers in the chat there. Do you want me, when we send out the link to this video, do you want me to include that information, or do you have a website there that we should include?
Yeah, we can, the website for the plant, I will put that in there too.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then you can include my email. Do you want me to give that to you?
Yeah, that'd be great. We'll send
Okay.
that with the link to the video for anyone who couldn't make the call. Excellent.
And then I will actually include the number for well, actually it's on that website on the StarHarvest code, the number for scheduling and the cut sheets on there. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, any other questions for folks or thoughts on, pig raising in general? We haven't spent a lot of time on pigs.
Congratulations. It's a big jump. And
thank you.
it's it sounds like it's one of the most difficult areas of our industry. So way to go. And hopefully you get a lot of support.
Thank you so much. Yeah, everyone's been so supportive so far, and we're working hard, but we're so excited and yeah, kind of just ready to go. So thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, super awesome. Well, if no other comments, then maybe we should have 20 minutes back to our day, but really appreciate you sharing this with us, and we'll definitely, get the video and the information out to the rest of the network. I know North County folks are super excited to have this facility open again. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks for having us.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah, excited for the organic part. There's just not a lot of it out there, so thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. So, and I don't know if I've seen anyone else advertising the regenerative organic piece. So that's great too.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually just got our jerky into Sprouts because we are regenerative organic certified. So we're rolling our jerky out to 400 Sprouts locations across the nation. And again, I mean, it's just, we want to help others like with these certifications and doing some of these same things. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. Oh, and I should say just next Monday, we have another call scheduled, and we're going to have Rebecca Thistlethwaite from NAMPAM coming in to talk about, and maybe you want to jump back in with this, Kristina, although you guys already set up, but just people have asked about, what you need to start some of these facilities and some of these processing plants. And so she's a wonderful resource for that. So she's come to actually both of our meetings, in-person meetings, but she'll be talking with us again next week. So we invite you all to come back and learn from Rebecca, and everyone have a great week and a happy 4th of July.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kristina. Good night.
Thank you.